Ahoy! Welcome to another edition of the Slim Film Festival Bubbles. Uh, I'll be your Bubbles from Brussels, inviting some guests into the studio who are among the most bubbly and sparkling guests that we have in this year's festival edition. And today the guests are representing a film that internationally is called Role Model, and I guess it would be Slovak title would be Vzor.
And Czech.
Czech and Slovak is the same in this case?
Yes.
Okay. And we are introducing three representatives of the film. The director, Nejc Gazvoda.
Perfect.
Main actor, Mandic. And Czech co-producer, Silvia Mikalova.
Yes.
I think the director is the most qualified person to tell us in 5 sentences what the story is about.
Hopefully. So, hi everyone. I'm really happy to be here. So the film is about this young boy who moves to a small city with his mother after the divorce, and it's set in COVID times. So when they move, he's kind of a new guy in school, and he gets bullied. And this is the actor that plays this guy. And then he tries to find some solace in a person that's living next door to him, but that person is this very problematic middle-aged man who maybe does things that are not the best, but still he's the only role model that he can rely on.
How are your teenage years?
Interesting. I think they're not over yet. No, I'm 39 on Wednesday, but I think when I was researching for the film, there were some things never go out of fashion, and that's bullying is one of them. But there are many different things now because of the mobile phones and because of the social networks, which I kind of try to ignore in the film because I think it's set in this almost like alternative reality.
Exactly.
But I think that there are similarities that I could relate to very much.
Yeah, it was I made it sound like just a silly, provoking question, but actually the reason why I asked you is, did your parents know what you were doing? Because there's a lot of interaction in this film is about what is the role of grown-ups around these young people. Did your parents know what you
Yeah,
were?
no, I found it as a very interesting question because I also remember that they were kind of trying to help you, of course, but at the same time they had their problems that kind of overshadowed what I was doing, and this is my personal experience. It's not direct personal experience, of course, but it's like you try to stay hidden and try to do the stuff only you do because as a teenager, because you know that you will get your parents even in more stress. And I think this is why the Jan in the film doesn't communicate with his mother. It's because he's trying to be more adult than she is, which is almost impossible when you're at that age.
Well, it's for sure you make it clear that it's not easy for grown-ups, not even for a psychologist, because the main character's mother is a psychologist. It's not easy to take up their role as adults. The ones that we see in the picture, how would you primarily describe them? Like helpless, ignorant? What would be the number one word to?
I don't think no one of them has any bad intentions, but they are more or less clueless. Maybe that's the word, because I think that actually if there was a real answer to bullying and stuff, we would already solve it. It's not something that will ever disappear in a way because it's kind of a part of a human nature, and it's actually to expect the school to save you, to expect the parents to save you. Nobody can really help the dignity that is lost. This is what the film is about, I think, and this is why I think this is like really a hard thing and that we should talk about a lot. I never offer solutions. I just try to offer this kind of different view on the problem, and I think the parents and teachers are actually trying their best. They're all protecting, either their kid, either their territory, like school, but at the same time, the life of teenagers is this completely different beast, Yeah.
France, the film is in a language that I don't understand. Every now and then I listen to it with my eyes closed, not because I was falling asleep, but just because I wanted to pick up the rhythm of the language. And I noticed there's a lot of the dialogue is often very minimal, like just one word. Check. People don't make long speeches. How was it for an actor to be Like, did you work a lot with silence, or did you? How was it for you? I thought it would be a challenge for an actor.
I mean, I had a lot of practice with Moita, so the my Mandarin film, and
Hmm.
we had a lot of, and with Yura, so the role model, and we had a lot of this silence when we had we were preparing for things, and I mean it was not that hard because I had a lot of practice with Nejc, and it was quite fun.
Silence is easier to act than dialogue. That's
I
a
mean,
weird question.
I mean, I don't think so, but I know I didn't have a lot of um, I didn't have a lot of uh, text to
Mhm.
say. It was just short answers.
Yeah.
Mm.
There's a lot in the story about s- talking about silence, about staying silent, or about speaking up, about taking action, or expressing what you want from life or what you want from other people. This was also the case in your previous film, as far as I remember, but also in this film, it's a lot about will I take action or will I just be a silent witness to what happens? Yeah, it's not a question, but still, you should answer it.
I mean, I don't know how to really answer it, but yeah, it's a lot
How
of
important is it for your character to? What makes him finally make the change?
make.
I think it's
You
like
can you can give the
yeah, yeah.
first
Yeah.
I
hint
think
there.
it was like when we were talking about it. I never, I always. So for me, there are two things that are really important. That all my characters are really human, and we make mistakes.
Mhm.
I think now art has started to evolve in this kind of, just a projection of what good people should do and what bad people should do. I think this should never be the case in art. This should be just the case that the
Yeah.
politicians lie to us. The second thing is I think that I really wanted the character to make a decision that's wrong, but then make it right. So this is like a Greek tragedy
Mhm. Yep.
type of decision. That kind of the thing you want the most. When you have it, you have to lose it to gain something else. So what I was trying to say, I think, with all this thing is that this generation will be forced to be more adult than the adults that are trying to make it adult, if you know what I mean. Like they will have to, because the mother of the doesn't make the right decision. She humiliates herself. She destroys everything. She makes the nuclear war type of decision, but he makes peace, even though it goes on his own
Mm-mm.
dignity. And I think that's really important thing.
Usually, this would be the moment to ask you an embarrassing last question, but we're going to skip this part today
Okay, thank
because
you.
there's three of you, and I want to hear some more from all of you. We have 1 more minute left for this. Since we're in Czech Republic, this very important question: how was Czech Republic involved in this film?
Czech Republic was involved as one of the co-producers together with Serbia and Italy, and it was co-produced by Evolution Films, powered by Film Collective Group, and probably the main person and now a close friend of Nejc as well was the DOP Jan Schuster and the whole actually camera crew, and then the visual post-production was involved.
But it means also that you're going to have a Czech release soon.
Yes, on the 6th of June.
So maybe not a silly question, just a reasonable question. I would ask the three of you to say in one sentence why Czech people should go and watch this film. Why do you think they should go and watch the film?
The topic is really actual, and the way how Nejc describes it is very human and very understandable. I think it's a big reason why a lot of schools are now ordering the film to be watched.
Yeah, but we don't want it just to be in the schools. We want it to be in the cinemas where all the
Yes,
people
of
come.
course. That's why we are starting in the cinemas. But it's something that touches probably everyone.
So they can come a second time with schools. France, for me, one of the reasons would be that it has a great main actor, but maybe you can have another reason for the Czech audience to come and watch it.
I mean, I think the story is for everyone. Everyone needs to look at things that happen around you, and you know that they're happening, but you want to ignore them.
Mhm.
And it's important for you to take action and see movies like this, so you understand that sometimes you are the bully in someone else's eyes.
Nate, you agree that a great main actor would be one of the reasons to come and watch the
Yes,
film?
absolutely. I found him. He was the first and the only one that I auditioned, and I couldn't believe that I found him in the first. But that was what it happened. I would just like to thank my Czech co-producers, which became one of my best people that I ever worked in film, and with Jan and everything. So really, it was an amazing experience, and I hope that it also translated to the film and to the audience. I think it's this. I hate this expression. Really, really hate it. But it is an universal.
It's the last thing you're gonna say in this show. So you can say it. What is it that you hate so much to say?
I really hate to say, but it's a universal story.
And on this bombshell, thank you so much for being here, the three of you, and thank you so much for watching our Zlin Film Festival bubble. Thank you for having this great film in the festival. I hope many people will come to see it in Czech Republic. I hope we convince the audience, and I want to thank them very much for being here with us. Ahoy!
Thank you.
Ahoy. Thank you.